Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 06.02.2023. Current time is 05:47 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York where I live and reside. This Friday morning, thank God it's Friday. I am Rich Roberts. Fireman Rich here on the Twitch. Thank you for being here and watching. We are live on Twitch. You can follow me over there on Twitter at Fireman Rich over on Twitter. That's my mainstay where I just tweeted this over there on Twitter. And I had to scoot out on the intro to get the coffee. I forgot to get the coffee as far as that goes. So let me check. Let's see, did we tweet this out? Yes, it is tweeted out there along with my other three morning tweets here. Getting the day started, getting our Friday started. Thank God it's Friday. And here in the southern tier of Upstate New York. And we do have the morning coffee. Sort of a quick night there. I guess I was on last night there after dinner with Tony D. We're doing the guest stars feature that is on here, as far as to bring two people up on a Twitch broadcast. I know you can use Restream, you can use StreamYards, you can use EveMux, as far as I like to call it. And people use those. They're easy, they're good, and they're great. And but I'm able to use guest stars now that I have the fairly new computer with 32 meg of RAM. It makes a big difference. And we had a great broadcast for an hour and a half, except right at the tail end, it got cut off. We're just ending, and it got cut off right. So just my last bit talking about Twitter and stuff like that. Are they chasing you, Jack? Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on. Come on, buddy. You get up there in your window. Huh? There you go. There's Jack. Come on, Jack. You're good. You're a good boy. Here, let me open the window for you. I'll open the window for Jack. Okay, there you go. He likes this window. We may get a little noise from outside, the birds and stuff like that, but we're getting our day started, and a few clouds. Not, Yep, I hear the cardinal out there. We have a cardinal. You hear a cardinal chirping out there that Jack likes to watch, as far as that goes. Currently here in the southern tier of Upstate New York, though, it is 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and it feels a little cool. That equates to 11.6, might as well say 12 degrees centigrade as far as currently. And we had a nice day yesterday. Went shopping, grocery shopping with the missus yesterday, and I was glad I did. I met somebody there that hey, Tony D, good morning, salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And then Jeeves, hi Jeeves, are you over in Attenborough? Are you broadcasting from Attenborough? Jeeves, Mr. Twix, for those watching on the replay over on Rumble and YouTube. Mr. Twix, Jeeves, I've known him since the Blab days. There's the Blab Owl. And he departed Vancouver yesterday, so I'm taking it. Seeing that was yesterday, Jeeves, I think you're over in Edinburgh, Scotland, as far as that goes. And but currently here it's 53 degrees Fahrenheit, 11 degrees Celsius, and we have sunshine. Few clouds today, stray shower maybe. We need the rain. I didn't mow the lawns yesterday, but I'm looking at them now, and it's almost like I got the itching to mow them today. So, which I might, because I went grocery shopping with the missus, and I met somebody I didn't have a chance to say goodbye to when I left the day job a month and a half ago. And I came across this guy, and I surprised him, and I was just glad to see him. We had a real good conversation. He was on his way out of the grocery stores as we were just getting at the checkout counter. So when the missus was taking care of the groceries, I was talking to him for a good 10-15 minutes and stuff. It was great. We shook hands, we hugged and stuff like that. Great guy. I'll be seeing him. He shops at the same grocery store and stuff. I introduced him to the missus. a fabulous guy, very positive. I mean, even when he's having a bad day, you can't tell he's having a bad day. He's one of those guys, very rare guy that is always upbeat, and I can count quite a few times during the course of knowing him at the day job that when I crossed paths with him, that he he brought my spirits up as far as that goes. You know, it's just like, and it's good to have people in your life like that. He's a good guy, good coworker, and I call him a friend. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. But sunshine and a few clouds here, stray showers, thunderstorms, and is possible. Jeeves, I'm still waiting for the answer. Are you over at Edinburgh? Or did you get cut off? I don't know. Is the internet good in Edinburgh, Scotland? Um, we're gonna have a high of 91. It was tad warm yesterday. That's one of the reasons I guess I didn't want to mow the lawn, because I like to mow it short and neat and golf course, putter green type length, and it would have burned out yesterday. Winds out of the north by northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun rose this morning at 5:33, which is about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, about thereabouts, 20 minutes ago. 5:33, the sun rose, and sun will be setting at 8:36 a.m. And our world times and temperatures. Appreciate Tony D, who I was with last night. That was a good broadcast, Tony. I really had fun with that. Really enjoyed. I watched the replay, the ending replay. I posted it up over my YouTube. I didn't post it over on Rumble. I'm going to do something else with Rumble. I got something. Be broadcasting there at Rumble, so I don't need to post. I posted it over there because Twitch broadcasts, they only stay for so long. That was a great broadcast, so I wanted to archive it over on YouTube. So, I get on either Tony D's broadcast once in a while. Well, during the football season, I'm on there. I'm gracious enough to invite me up and stuff like that. So we got together, and it's been a month and a half and stuff, and we had a really good broadcast, just talking about general stuff. Right at the end, though, Tony, I think the last minute or two, it's a great broadcast. It's as far as using the guest stars, and the guest stars, I got to give them big double thumbs up. You know, if you got the machine to work the guest stars, I'd say use the guest stars. It works out quite well. So let's see our world times and temperatures. Let's see. Yes, we had fun. Yeah, that was good. I was turning the game on, and then Carmen came on right afterwards. So I was sort of halfway listening to Carmen and Rick, and they had Joy up. Joy was on Carmen's broadcast last night. She comes on at 9 o'clock Eastern. So when is that? 7 o'clock. She's out on the West Coast. And Carmen is someone we know from the old platform, along with Rick and Joy. She's talking about. It was good to see Joy. Joy is, she's visually impaired, okay, blind, legally blind, but she is an inspiration, and as far as being able to do what she can, and I never knew the first time I met her and stuff like that. A lot of people, but she handles herself quite well. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, 11:55 p.m. still yesterday in Honolulu, Hawaii. Cloudy skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, 2:56 a.m. Currently clear skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Albuquerque, New Mexico at 3:56 a.m. It is 52 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, partly clear. In Chicago, Illinois at 4:56 a.m. Clear sky, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City, the jungle at 5:56 a.m. and that's what the time is here in the southern tier, upstate New York, current time. Sunny sky, 66 degrees Fahrenheit across the Atlantic, the pond at 10:56 a.m. And that's probably what time it is where Jeeves is at, because Ireland and UK time is the same. He's over in Scotland, I should say. Scotland, it is part of the UK, but Scotland has this distinction of being separate on their own. They should be their own country again, I guess. It'd be interesting if that ever transpires. But Cork, Ireland at 10:57 a.m., partly cloudy, partly clear, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Milan, Italy at 11:57 a.m., sunny skies, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, partly cloudy, partly sunny, or partly sunny, partly cloudy. Clouds aren't as dark. 12:57 p.m. 100 degrees Fahrenheit in New Delhi, India at 3:27 p.m. Sunny skies, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Melbourne, Australia, or Mumbai, India. That's a long distance. Mumbai, India, 3:27. Get some, drink some more coffee, Rich. 3:27 p.m. in the afternoon, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, at 5:57 p.m. it is 90 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny skies. Manila, Philippines, 5:58 p.m. in the late afternoon, cloudy skies, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan, it's raining in Tokyo again. 6:58 p.m. 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Melbourne, Australia at 7:58 in the evening, cloudy skies, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Sydney, Australia, cloudy skies also there at 7:58 p.m. 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, I am in. Okay, you are. Jeeves is in Edinburgh, Scotland. Good. I hope you had a good, safe trip, a fun trip. I hope that's a long flight for you, as far as that goes. Let's see over where Tony D is at. Tony D is down there in Georgia, Warner Robins, Georgia. Probably getting ready to go to the work. Did you see the game last night, Tony? That's a good game. Three flights you had, Jeeves? Wow, 3 changeovers. Wow, let's see, one, two, 3 flight. Probably had to fly to London, because they probably and then. What was your flight? You went from Vancouver, to Quebec or New York City, and then from there went over to London into Scotland, and then the next one? I could see it being 2 flight, but 3, unless you had 2 flights you had over up in Canada. But Warner Robins, Georgia, 63 degrees Fahrenheit where Tony D is at. High of 83. We're going to have a higher high up here than Georgia. Wow, 83 degrees Fahrenheit for the high down there in Georgia. Low of 63. Mostly cloudy down there in Georgia. And those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. I have already met Helen. Okay, tell Helen. Yeah, I watched it. Denver had it with. Oh God, yeah, Denver. They. It looked like a regular. It didn't feel like they were just playing, going back and forth and stuff like that. They're, Denver's just going to take care of business, I think. And you've already met Helen. That's good. Tell Helen we wish her well, and that's good. That it's always good to hear when you have people on the internet, one facing the other. Let's see, from Vancouver to Keloland, then Keloland to Calgary. Oh, okay. So all your changeovers was in Canada, and Calgary straight into Edinburgh. Even still, that's a pretty long flight. So that's good that you're over there. Enjoy the Scottish countryside there, and tell Helen we all said hi. As far as that goes, that's always good. I think you said you're gonna broadcast from over there sometime. So you're 5 hours ahead of us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting close to your lunchtime there. It's 11 o'clock. So is this? And I forgot to ask: is this for work or is this for pleasure? Okay, okay. Yeah, don't, if you can, that'd be interesting. But when you're on vacation, don't broadcast just because of me. Just like, but I didn't. I guess I'm thinking here as far as I'm trying to remember if we asked if it was for work or for pleasure and stuff like that. Hopefully, it's for. Calgary to Edinburgh, 7 hours and 5 minutes. Wow, that's a long. That's the one thing I do not miss being in the service. Those long flights. I mean, the longest. This is a vacation. Okay, good. That's good. So enjoy yourself. Take in the Scottish countryside and stuff like that. Make sure you buy Helen a coffee. I don't know if I was over there with the missus and I got to meet Helen, I'd say, "Hey, come on, hey Helen, come here, I'll buy you a coffee." An actual coffee instead of this virtual. Tony, I don't miss going through customs. I don't really remember customs being that much of a pain, but then again, it's a military flight, so the customs. But I just remember those long ass flights. So the last flight that I took was coming back from Yokota Air Base, and that was probably one of going over there was hard. I had to go over there first, and I had to come all the way back, get the family. I think it was like 60 days later after I established a household, and then going all over there, and that was a long ass flight. We landed in at Yokota Air Base on the hottest day, and I look back, and there's the missus. She's looking at me like, "What the f did you get us into?" It's we're it just it was like a blast furnace coming in from outside. The hottest day in Japan, and but it all worked out once we got into base housing and stuff. But my longest flight was probably close to 12, 13 hours when it was like 10 hours, 11 hours coming from the Philippines. But going back, and we had one stopover. We went through it a few times when I deployed, drove me. Oh, yeah, that deployment thing. The one short notice deployment I had, and I often talk about, is when I went to Sicily back in '84, and just after I pinned on E5, and or no, actually I found out I made E5 over there. I was at E4, and I got deployed. It was like I had a two week notice because the two other E4s. There's one, he was getting the individual was getting ready to get out, so they couldn't tag him. And the other one, he had too much trouble. He had too much trouble in his personnel folder there. That they were handpicking people because it was in Comiso Air Base was in central Sicily, and right outside Ragusa. Well, it was actually over towards Gela, and Gela is on the side of Sicily where the Allies landed when they were coming over from North Africa. Actually, Gela is where Patton landed, and we're about between Gela and Ragusa, right there, and it was literally they were. You walk down the streets of Comiso, and you felt like you were on a movie set for The Godfather, as far as that goes. But that was a. I don't remember the flight going over there. I remember it was a good time. I was there for 3-4 months, and it was a fun time as far as that goes. It was just a bear camp, and it was fun as far as that goes. Good friend of mine who I've known for over 40 years. Yeah, going on 50 years now, right? 45, 50 years. He became the fire chief over there after, and I think it was after that. Oh, he went to Vandenberg, and then from Vandenberg he went down to Tyndall, as far as that goes. He's a good guy there. My good friend, old buddy Muntz, and his wife Kathy. Coffee's good. Let's see. We do have a thought for the day. Our thought for the day comes from a gentleman, a great American educator, Booker T. Washington. Booker T. I can't even pronounce his middle name, but that's why I call him Booker T. Washington, was an American educator, author, advisor to several presidents to the United States of America between 1890 and 1915. Mr. Washington was a dominant leader in the African American community and of the contemporary black elite, I guess. He was born down there in Virginia, and he passed away down there. He passed away in 1915 in Tuskegee, Alabama. I have quotes from him often. He is a great American writer. And his quote and our thought for the day goes as follows. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. And I think yesterday, the individual that I was telling you about that I met and I finally got to say, you said it, Tony. I don't want to butcher it. Backing up on the comments here, we went through it. Okay, and then G says nice. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh, you're sharing a photo. Let me check the photo out here. That's just coming over on the iPad Mini here. Jeez, let's see. Where's the photo? It's bringing it up on my Twitter. Founder of Tuscan. Oh, was he the founder? Okay, he was a founder. Okay, Tony, thank you. But his quote, if you, well, we're waiting for my Twitter to come up. Well, where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Hang on for a minute, folks. Oh, there it is. You sent it private message. Okay, thanks, Jeeves. Oh, there you. That's cool. Are you with Helen right now? While we're broadcasting here, or that was an earlier picture. Send that to Tony. Send that to Tony. That's great. That's a great picture. I wish I could share that. Maybe I can. Let me see. Hang on for a minute. No, okay, that was earlier. Let me see. Let me bring this up. Hang on. That's good. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right here. Thank you for DMing that. There we go. I gotta put this up here. There we go. There's Jeeves and Helen. There they are. This was yesterday when she picked me up. Oh, she picked you up at the airport. That's cool. There they are. Jeeves, he's having fun over in Scotland. All right, and that's Helen. For the folks watching this on the replay, Helen is a broadcaster on Twitch, and Jeeves there, Mr. Twix. Jeeves, he goes on Helen's broadcast. What is the name of that broadcast? The show there on Twitch there you guys do. It's a musical. They go over not really big time guys. She's gonna get on you lots of laughs. We got an exclusive G's photograph selfie with Helen on the broadcast. Oh wow, that's great. That is freaking good, man. Thank you very much for sharing that. Can I get it in there? Let me get in there. There we go. Jukebox Jury. That's the name of the broadcast here. Just Google, just search in the engine here on Twitch. Jukebox Jury. It's a very good. Helen. She does a radio broadcast, and I listen to her on what's that program I listen to her on? She broadcasts because I listen to there's a radio station over there, Planet Rock. I know a couple I know one DJ that still works there, and he's an American that works over there. And what's the name of that? I've listened to Planet Rock, and then I found Helen on there. As far as she mentioned the radio thing, and it's just like because Planet Rock, it's very hard to. Oh, here it is. Radio Garden. That's a great platform. That's a great program. I listen to it on the cell phone here and stuff. Our quote from Booker T. Washington. I got sidetracked here. Let's see. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. And I think that's this gentleman I was telling you about. I met in the grocery store yesterday. He lifts himself up every time he talks to you, but he's lifting you up at the same time. It's very positive. You want to be positive for other people because then that bounces back at you and stuff like that. And then people appreciate that as far as that goes. So thank you for sharing that, Jeeves. Am I following you? I gotta make sure. I think I'm following. I should be following you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am following you. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. Or else you couldn't have DM me, right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay. Let's see. We'll put that back there, and we're back. So Booker T. Washington, very positive quote. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. And in all honesty, Tony does that. He lifts people up. And I think he's that type. He's a giving people, and you got to care. So Booker T. Washington, thank you, sir, for the quote and our thought for the day. And thank you, G's, for sharing that. That's good. Yeah, you're welcome, Tony. my pleasure, my honor, sir. As far as that goes, again, that was always fun to get with you and stuff. Let's see our national day today. Let's see what we got here. Um, Today is Friday, June 2nd. It is a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It is the 153rd day of the year. Are you getting another cup?
It's a 2-cup day. It's
Uh-oh.
National Do Nothing Day.
What's that?
It's National Do Nothing Day.
Oh, the missus declares it's a National Do Nothing Day. um, let's see. It is 153rd day of the year. It is the 22nd week of the year, and we're 42% through the year. Oh, here's a good one. National Donut Day. I think that's a winner right out of the gate. National Do. Yeah, Tony likes the National Do Nothing Day. Well, National Donut Day, that could be right in there. I think that's what we're going to go with because we have National Bubba Day. No. National Leave the Office Day. I don't work anymore. National Rocky Road Day. Oh, that could be a good one. National Rotisserie Chicken. Man, we're getting all the foodies here. But International Volkswagen Bus Day. No, we're going to go with National Donut Day, and I'm going to actually tweet this out. That's some good donuts right there. Donut Day. Yeah, you like that one, Tony? Get a box of donuts before going into the job there, as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and we're gonna post this. This is some colorful donuts here too. Well, it's supposed to be a colorful month, right? Without going any further. Let's see. Where is that? Let's see. We got National Donut Day, first Friday of June. And where's the verbiage? There we go. Let me get this and post up this verbiage with the picture. And okay, and I just got to tweet that out. What the hell? Come on, dudes. Oh, there we go. Okay, tweeted out the picture of the donuts. Those are some good-looking donuts too. With the subcategory of National Do Nothing Day, the missus declared. National Donut Day. Each year, the first Friday of June, people participate in National Donut Day, or Donut Day, or National Donut or Donut Day, celebrating the donut and honoring the Salvation Army lassies. The Salvation Army lassies are the women who served donuts to the soldiers in World War I. In 1917, the original Salvation Army donut was first served by ladies of the Salvation Army. It was during World War I. The Salvation Army lassies went to the front lines of Europe. Home-cooked foods provided by these brave volunteers were a morale booster. I imagine it is. A hot meal's always good. Man, I can remember being in the service and getting a care package from home. Oh, that was always a good thing. The donuts were often cooked in oil inside a metal helmet of Army soldiers. American infantrymen were then commonly called doughboys. Oh, that's how they got their name. Okay. A more standard spelling of the word donut. On this day, many bakeries and coffee shops in the United States offer donuts deals for customers. So there we have it. Today is National Donut. The Salvation Army created National Donut Day back in 1938 to honor the women who served donuts to soldiers in World War I. The day began as a fundraiser for the Chicago Salvation Army. During Christmas time, I always put a couple bucks when I go in the store in the little the bell ringing bucket there that they do. The goal of the 1938 fundraiser was to help the needy during the Great Depression, as far as that goes. So that's a good one, National Donut Day, and to go. And I still got the picture. I got the picture right here on my iPad Mini, looking at me. Jesus smiling along with Helen. That's a great picture. Thanks for sharing that again, Jeeves. That's what I love when you share and you as far as that's cool. I could just, those smiles, I can see the fun That's a fun picture, and you have a good time over there, Jeeves. Yesterday I did do the Fireman Rich audio podcast, but I did it on Rumble. Just to note that I am doing something to where I'm taking the audio after I do the live stream on Rumble. It's still an audio podcast, and but I want to use Rumble to do that because and then one thing I'm noticing, I'm using when I do I also do a Mixcloud broadcast. I'm getting back into doing that. I don't use this microphone. I use this microphone. This is a CAD what is it? The CAD U37. This is the microphone I got during the Blab days right here. This microphone I got during HAPS and stuff like that. So there's always one piece of, whatever the, maybe I got it right after HAPS and, well, it plugs into the soundboard. This is a USB type deal, but this is a great microphone. I'm noticing when I use this microphone, the sound is different, and it's a little bit. You could tell the difference of the microphones as far as being connected into the soundboard. But that one, I have it plugged in using a lightning connector into the iPad Mini, and I use Boss Jock. And then the iPad Mini using Boss Jock app is plugged into the Behringer 802 soundboard. So, but there is a distinct difference between the two microphones. I love both mics. I'm just happy I'm using that one. I've decided if I do audio, that's the microphone. If I do the live stream, this is the microphone I use right here. But I'm using Rumble now. Rumble, I just want to say I love using Rumble. I had fun doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm going to still stay with doing that for a while as far as that goes. I just like doing that. Just a program note, next Tuesday, the 6th of June, I will not be on the internet. I'm going to be traveling. That's the travel. I got to go up to Syracuse to take care of some business, and I'll be on the road all day. The missus may or may not go with me because she just told me yesterday. I guess she has a dental appointment, and she might not feel up to going. That's about a 2-hour drive. I think what I have to do will probably take about 10-15 minutes. And then if the missus goes, we're planning on stopping to have some lunch, maybe some brunch or something like that somewhere, and then come back home. So I won't be doing anything. If I get home early, I still won't be going on the internet. I just taken that as a day off from the internet as far as that goes. It'll be a national day off the internet for Fireman Rich, for that day, as far as that goes. But I am going to start using the Rumble. I think I'm able to incorporate it. And yesterday's podcast, we talked about this Neolithic tomb, Spanish tomb that they found. That's something like Stonehenge with the sunlight coming in and stuff. That was an interesting, very interesting story. And let me see, what did I get for a bean count? I was surprised. I'm getting some good numbers on the. Of course, I want to say thank you to Spotify, but on my Spotify for Podcasters app, yeah, we're up to 13 plays already. That's freaking great. I get 1 or 2. That's all I'm looking for. So I love doing the audio, and even that's the cherry on top of the cake there. As far as when I get 1 or 2, and when I'm up that numbers, that's really good. As far as I got Rumble, the thing I'm seeing about Rumble is when I upload a video, I usually repurpose this video when I do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday Twitch coffee broadcast. I upload it to Rumble and also YouTube. I don't get really great numbers. I get maybe 3 or 4 views, maybe 6 on YouTube. Now Rumble, this is the big difference. When I broadcast on Rumble, for some reason I'm getting like what did I get yesterday on yesterday's and I haven't done anything with the I didn't take it the video from Rumble to put it over on YouTube, but yesterday's broadcast on Rumble, 318. It's like, where did these people come from? There's a lot of people. They're they're making my day. I had a broadcast prior to that. Let's see, the Tuesday's got 190. I think it was which one was it? It was which broadcast was that? Oh, that was on the weekend, last weekend. Yeah, that's what it was. Let's see. Yeah, the Sunday. It's up to 901 views right now. I'm like, holy crap, that's scary. I mean, I get up. I can handle maybe 50 to 70. When it started getting over 100, I'm like, wow. There's a lot of people. You know, it was like what I'm keeping an eye. What's driving that? So it seems like when I get like right now, currently here on Twitch. What do we have? We have a couple people viewing. But normally on Twitch, I'll get after on the replays, I'll get anywhere from 35 to 40 max and stuff like that, which is great. That's fantastic. But I'm just curious on this. What's driving that bigger number on Rumble as far as that goes? And I'm just a simple man. I'm just a simple man, knucklehead, doing the broadcasting and stuff like that. So, yeah, we currently have three people here. So thank you very much for being here. Tim Fan must have the day off or something like that. He's not here. He must be sleeping in. Hopefully he does. He works. I can just feel him. You know, when he comes on, he's taking a break. He works too hard. I think it's that one time he was on Randy W. Horton's broadcast. He came up on Randy's StreamYard and it showed what he. That's too much work for me. I was just tired watching it. And that was just before I was going into the day job. Okay, let's see. So last night, Major League Baseball, we had, I believe the Yankees. I don't think the Yankees played last night, from what I saw on the scoreboard here. The Toronto Blue Jays there, Jay. They beat the Brewers 3-1. So the Brewers they lost to the Blue Jays. Mets won against the Phillies last night, and the Yankees did not play. They must be. Where are they going today? The Blue Jays play the Mets. What time's that? That's 7. I'm going to be watching that game. The Blue Jays playing the Mets down there in Shea State. Well, it's not Shea Stadium. It's, God, what do they call that stadium? And let's see. The Yankees playing. Yankees are playing the Dodgers. That's right. They're traveling out west there. Hopefully they kick the Dodgers' ass. But the New York Mets are playing the Blue Jays for the weekend there. Jeez. So that'll be a go Mets go. Last night, after I got done, we got done doing the broadcast there with Tony D, the guest stars broadcast last night, which was great. I had a great time. It's always great talking with Tony. We talk about some stuff about broadcasting. We talk about sports. It's always good to hook up with Tony as far as that goes. I know when the NFL starts, because he'll be getting back into doing the weekend broadcasts there as far as that goes. That was always fun to watch and also take part. Tony invited me up during his fantasy football broadcast there and stuff like that. And we talk sports. I like talking about the games. So it's a good, great broadcast to have there just beforehand and stuff like that. And I'm encouraging Tony, and I know Tony will do that, but I think it's a good mix there for him as far as to have. Because I learned a lot more about sports talking about Tony. He knows sports. He has Glick. They talk about it, sports on the Nonsensical Nonsense podcast and broadcast that they have here on Twitch. And it's always good to get their perspective and stuff. But last night, after the broadcast I had with Tony using guest stars, we had game 1 of the finals, the NBA finals. I wasn't going to go out of my way to watch this, but I said, you know what? I've been watching basketball. This has been the first full season since prior to COVID that I followed basketball. I wasn't watching any basketball during COVID. I wasn't too pleased with the NBA as far as that goes. Sports should be about sports. when you bring in other elements and stuff like that, that's just a big turn. Even though everybody has a right to their opinion and stuff like that, I mean, I'm seeing news articles where you got these uh, stars, that musical talents. They're getting up there and they're sort of, I want to say it. It's on both sides. They're up there preaching, in a manner of speaking, and I'm not there to listen to your I want to hear your music. It's just like a sports venue. Talk about your opinions outside the sports venue. That's fine, but when you're there and it's just if you're honoring somebody and stuff like that, that's different. But when you're trying to push, okay, like the NBA represents this, okay, that's fine. I see the commercials and stuff like that. But when you bring it onto the court, it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't set well with me and stuff. I know there's a purpose for it. I can understand that, but it was a big turnoff because I think the NBA. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about the NBA. I love the basketball play. I love the Boston Celtics. I love the New York Knicks. Watching them play. And it was good watching the first. So this is the first final that I watched. I started watching last night, the first game. I'll probably watch all 7 games if it goes to 7 games. I don't think I'm going to make a prediction here, Tony. I think the Denver Nuggets has a chance of sweeping. I really see it'll the second game will tell. If Denver Nuggets win that second game, I think there's a good possibility of a sweep. Denver Nuggets just look so strong. Oh my God, they just and Miami is not a big team. I didn't realize how big Denver is when you put them, and that would be the same thing with the Celtics, because Miami and the Celtics, when they played, they look pretty even in size. Denver, they're giants. They're giants up there in the mountains of Denver. So the breakdown is Denver won the first, second, and third quarter, and they laxed up a little bit in the fourth, but there was no way that Miami could come back. Miami was shooting up the threes and they weren't going in. Now I think that was a big difference right there, because that 7th game they played against the Miami Heat played against the Celtics. Any 3 they were throwing up was going through the hoop. So let's see. The next game is Sunday, I believe. I believe the second game will be Sunday. So they got 2 days off, today and tomorrow. Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. So be watching that, and let's see what happens. Maybe the Heat will come back. But they said the Heat, Miami Heat, for the playoffs, the first game they've always won. This is the first time they lost it. So, and they just didn't look. They were playing good ball, but those 3 points, they just weren't going in. That was a big difference as far as that goes. So there we have it for the sports. No, XFL. USFL. Who's playing this weekend? That's right. Today's Friday. Let's go over who's playing. USFL. We talked about this last night. The USFL is still going. It's in week 8 as far as that goes. And we have the Houston Gamblers. I think they're in last place in the division, going against the Pittsburgh Maulers. The New Jersey Stars are going against the Birmingham Stallions. I think that's going to be the championship game right there. Those two. Let's see. The Gamblers and Maulers, they play tomorrow night on USA Channel at 12 p.m. And then tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon on NBC, it's the Stars and Stallions. I'm going to probably watch that game. That's a game I'm going to watch. I think that's a prelude to the championship. They're in week 8. They go 10 weeks. And let's see, Sunday's game at 1 o'clock on Fox. It's going to be the Showboats against the New Jersey Generals. And then 4 o'clock game, you got the Showboats. They're in the South. They're a good team. The Panthers and Breakers. Michigan Panthers against the New Orleans Breakers at 4 o'clock on Fox. So I'm real interested in that tomorrow afternoon's game, Stars and Stallions. That'll be a game to watch. Stallions are a good team. They're 5-2. They're first place in their division in the North, and in the South, and in the North Division, the New Jersey or the Philadelphia Stars are 4-3. They're first in their division. So there we have it for the XFL. Talking about. Let's see, in our good history for the day, what are we doing at time? Okay, we're at 48 minutes. Let's see, what do we have for good history for June 2nd? And I'm running low on coffee here. I'll be a nice morning to take a. It's nice and cool out there. Yesterday morning got hot real quick, as far as that goes. Let's see. What's this? Queen Elizabeth is on the picture there. 80 years ago today, Queen Elizabeth was coronation to one of the first major international events to be televised. 27 million people across Britain watched the event live on the BBC television service. Many have purchased or rented TV sets specifically for the purpose back then. Did they have the TV? The TV's over 80 years old? Wow. There had been considerable debate within the British cabinet on the subject, with Prime Minister Winston Churchill against the idea. Elizabeth refused his advice on the matter, and instead the event take place. They weren't going to allow television cameras. Winston Churchill, he was the Prime Minister, man. He said no. This was the first live broadcast of the event take place in the United Kingdom. Broadcast in France, Belgium, West Germany, Denmark, and Netherlands, making the birth of Eurovision. So, Queen Elizabeth, God bless her. Let's see. First smallpox vaccinations. We didn't really talk. We skated around that vaccination thing because I think the COVID vaccination might be having a lingering effect on Tony, and I think I was mentioning last night on our broadcast that I think me and the missus are thinking that we may be having some. It just seems like we're more tired than normal. I don't know if there's a relation, but on this day back in 1800, the first smallpox vaccination in North America administered in Newfoundland, up there in Canada, Newfoundland. On this day in 1910, Charles Rolls, co-founder of Rolls-Royce, became the first man to make a non-stop double crossing of the English Channel by a plane. Okay, so that was the airplane. Didn't have nothing to do with the car. On this day in 1979, and I remember this is Pope John Paul II, and that's one of the regrets. When I was over in Italy the second time with the missus, they had something set up with the military that you could go down and stay at the Armed Forces, the USO. They had a place right down the road from the Vatican that you could stay, because my good friend Muncie there, my old buddy Muntz, told me that, you could have stayed right down the road from the Vatican. And I guess it was every Saturday, Pope John Paul II, he had an audience of military people, and he would meet with the U.S. military that was stationed there in Italy. And but he on this day back in 1979, and I remember this because I was I getting ready to leave Italy? 78, 79. I think I was getting ready to. I think I was in my second year at Aviano when I first went in, because Pope John Paul II returned to his native Poland, the first pontiff to visit a communist country, because Poland was still communist back then, part of the Soviet bloc, and was cheered by millions as he fell on his knees at the airport and kissed the ground. He was kissing his native land, and a great pope, a man that he's probably in my top 5 that I'd like to meet when. On this day in 1989, the film Dead Poets Society premiered, starring Robin Williams. That was a good film. Great film. Very good film. Very serious film for Robin Williams, about an elite conservative Vermont boarding school and an English teacher who inspired his students through his lessons of poetry. A very serious movie for Robin Williams, though he had that. Oh, and I guess this guy's the host, but in 2004, Ken Jennings, I think he's the host of Jeopardy, began his 74-game winning streak on the TV game show Jeopardy, as far as that goes. Let's see, what else do we have? On this day in 1967, the Beatles released Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in America, widely regarded as one of the greatest albums of all time. If not the music, the album cover for sure. That's something we were talking about last night too, me and Tony. I was telling Tony how they got these record players. Okay, you put the record players, and you used to get just a record player and you hook it into a receiver and you blast the music on some high-end Sansui speakers or Bose speakers back in the day. But they're self-contained to where you gotta, there's the mic, speakers are in them and stuff like that. But they look like the ones you would have for a stereo system. But the albums, I was going through the albums saying, oh, look at this one, look at this one. I can remember buying albums, they were like anywhere from $9 to maybe $15. They're more than double now. They're like $29 to $35, $40 for an album. It's like, you might as well buy the CD. The CD will cost you like $5. But, and I believe I had that album at one time. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club. And let's see, we got on the AP history. On this day, just a side note, I guess it was June 2nd, 1997, and I was just getting out of the service at that time. Timothy McVeigh was convicted for murdering and conspiring in the 1995 bombing. It was 2 years after that happened. He was convicted. It seemed a lot quicker than that. For bombing the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma, killing 165 people. He was soon executed, and he wasn't executed till June of 2001. So that would have been 4 years later. It seemed like it was quick. It just seemed like he had the, and why he did that, I don't know. It's just mind-boggling. They say the world changed in 9/11. I think the Oklahoma bombing changed a lot of things here in the States also. It's just a tragic time. Let's see. 1941, on this day, Iron Horse Lou Gehrig died in New York of a degenerative disease, something sclerosis. He was 37. They call it the Lou Gehrig's disease. And Lou Gehrig, a great baseball player for the New York Yankees, a giant among ball players. And let's see what else. On this day in 1966, the U.S. space probe Surveyor 1 landed on the moon and began transmitting detailed photographs of the lunar surface. Now we got rovers traveling around on the Mars as far as that goes. Oh, here we go. This is one for the... On this day in 1981, the Japanese video arcade game Donkey Kong, which I dumped a lot of quarters in the arcade, was released. Oh, this was released on Nintendo, but I can remember it was 1981. Wow, I didn't have a Nintendo. Did I have a Nintendo in 81? I was still single. I didn't get married till 86. That was on Nintendo in 81. I remember dumping quarters. Yeah, the Nintendo came out in the early 80s. Yeah, okay, that was the first Nintendo, but but I can remember Donkey Kong being in the arcade, and that and Pac-Man. They got hundreds of dollars of my quarters. Donkey Kong is a good arcade game. Let's see, and that's it for the good history there as far as that goes. I like, that McVeigh one. It's, you got to remember that. You got to look back the bad with the good, and we have a lot more good, I think, than bad, but the bad is always easier to look at, I guess, and stuff. So, but Donkey Kong, that's something. All right, let's see. That's it for the world history, or this on this day in history, as far as that goes. Um, Most of it being good, I guess. I try and keep it good, but sometimes there's things in history we got to remember. We can never forget, as far as that goes, and we cannot rewrite history. There are some here recently that have tried, but you cannot rewrite history. That cannot happen. It just it's counterproductive, as far as that goes. You got to remember, looking back where you came from, you can't rewrite it. The history is now you can hide history, which has been shown. Is it, did that happen? Yeah, it's just like I look at this series that I just got done watching on History Channel, FDR. There's a lot of things in there on the presidential level that I didn't realize, especially for World War II. They were a little sketchy about whether they should go into France and stuff like that. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt wanted to. Winston Churchill, I didn't realize that he did not want to. They wanted to go, and I guess Roosevelt appeased him by evading after Northern Africa, going up what the so-called soft underbelly through Italy. But Italy is very mountainous, so that was no soft underbelly. They did a lot of fighting there in Italy, and it took them quite a while. They had to open that second front to help out the Soviet Union, which the Soviet Union, Russia was the biggest loser of. There's millions and millions of people from the Soviet Union. So as far as that goes, so there was a lot of things shown in that the biographers that wrote about President Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt. A great man. I have a newfound respect for him as far as that goes. Especially with the handicap that he had. I didn't say handicap. He was struck down with polio at age 37. He had polio, and even when he was diagnosed, they didn't call it polio. They called it something. It was very known to be in younger children, as far as being affected by that. And but he did not let that deter what he was to become. And he was always one, our quote by Booker T. Washington, he was always one that he made you the focus. He was always he was definitely a president for the people, because he led us out of the Depression, as far as, and it's surprising that when he first got elected, he was for the people, and he sort of had a game plan where President Hoover didn't. That's why he didn't get reelected. He just was a complainer, and I didn't realize, you hear about that. It's just like, oh, he was a very good president because he got elected. No, he just wasn't doing things. He was where Roosevelt did. He was a president of the people, for the people, and he came from a very well-off family here in New York, in Hyde Park, New York. His the family estate there that I visited, a gorgeous residence as far as that goes, and it's a museum now, and that's where he's buried at, I believe he's buried there, and down there in Hyde Park, a gorgeous area down there. So and that's what's fun about, or interesting about watching it. I love history. History is just you learn a lot of history, because you don't want to repeat those mistakes that people did. Okay, we're at over an hour, and we're working towards the top of the hour here and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left, as far as that goes, and get our day started. Get our morning walk in, as far as that goes, and let's see. I want to say thank you to Tony D for being here. Salute to you, sir. You have a great day at the day job, and we'll be talking to you this weekend sometime, as always. Jeeves, thank you for sharing that photograph. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate it. That's a great picture. I love those type of pictures. You're happy, you're having fun. Enjoy your stay over there in Scotland. Again, say hi again to Helen for us, and as far as that goes. And for those people that were watching during the live broadcast, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated from the heart. And those watching on the replay, thank you very much also from the heart. And it's always a pleasure. And that's what makes it so much fun. I keep on saying that, but I gotta acknowledge that I have a ball doing this as far as talking, and I'm thankful for that. And so you all have a great day wherever you may be on this big blue marble. This is Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on the Twitch. And I don't think we're going to get cut off like we did last night here, but you can follow me over there on Twitter, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I like playing on this thing called the internet, and that's exactly what we're doing right here, right now. Having some fun, broadcasting and conversing here. So thanks again for those, Jeeves and Tony. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. And all of you out there, have a great day. Don't have just a good day. Have a great day. We're starting the weekend. We're going to have a good weekend, and we'll be talking with you. You'll have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again.